Generation where young ladies fornicate to buy wig. A generation where men kill men for 4,000 naira. They will kill somebody, collect the money, and go and eat a plate of food. To confront that kind of generation, you need the powers of the ages to come. You need something beyond English. You need something beyond intelligence. You need something beyond lingo. You need a witness in the spirit that when you speak, spirits are mobilized. When you read church history, one thing you will discover is that they don't write birth dates. Nobody celebrates birthday in the early church. They celebrate death days. You are changing your mind because of 1 million and you are talking dominion mandate. What dominion mandate? White beast tore them apart. They stood their ground. The physical realm. And so if I come into this city, as God is growing me and my companies, my finances are growing, I'm looking for how to colonize Lagos. That's why the money is increasing. Not so that I will join Forbes' list of the richest men in Nigeria. Because you can be a richest man in Nigeria and not be known in heaven. It will rather be that you open vistas through which men met God. Do you see how they do it in darkness? You click your phone, a naked woman pops up. You don't know who is paying for it. Billions of dollars going for that advert to be on every phone. Nowadays, if you even carry your writing pad, you are not browsing. A naked woman will be walking in your writing pad. How did she come there? Because people who understand mandates of darkness are at work. You go to buy razor blade and you see a naked man with pant. How does a naked man concern a razor blade? Because those who have economic power have intentions of corrupting your soul, and they know the way your soul will corrupt is by looking upon pornography and nudity. And so their job is to sponsor it until every billboard you turn to, every Android phone you carry, every song you hear, they are dominating it. Now that they are advancing the gay movement, billions of dollars are being pumped in every day in order to make it become a norm, because they know that it's only this generation that will fight it. If they sponsor it well enough, the next generation coming will think it's normal. And so you go to the Olympics, you go to the World Cup, you go to the Premier League, you must see something about LGBTQ. They are not talking to you. They know you are brainwashed now enough to reject it, but they know your children don't know that much. And so if your children keep seeing it, your children will begin to think that the sex you have is not the sex you must have. Your sex is what you feel like you are. And so a man will come and say, I feel like a woman. And the reason he will feel that way and talk that way is because right from his conception, right from the first time he can articulate, those who sponsor it with their wealth have sponsored enough for him to see and think it's normal. In Europe now, they are teaching 4-year-old children that they have the right to choose the sex they want. And those who are in government insisted that it should be done. Whereas Christian politicians are in government and all they are interested in is how to cut away with the billions that is meant for their constituency to buy Ferraris and park in their compound. One senator has 5 houses in 5 countries. Do you live in 5 countries? But lost. And so our problem is not absence of Christians in corridors where it matters. It's absence of witnesses. Because you traded this year, made 10 million. Traded next year, made 30 million. Traded next year, made 200 million. You say we have arrived. Meanwhile, your battle is on the 4th year. But if you have apocalypse from the first year, you will know that it's not the victory of the first, second, and third year. The victory of the 4th year is what matters. And so before you reach the 4th year, you will enter there with weapons. Belele lala yuata. Vavara kakatano baradadia juata. You see why many people fail in life? They don't have apocalypse. They have 7 years of glory. They don't know that the next 7 years is famine. It will take a Joseph that has access. And then when you finish apocalypse, he now spoke about fortizo. Fortizo is illumination. At the level of fortizo, you don't have access anymore. You carry it from where it is and brings it out. Authority level has changed. Apocalypse brings you into the realm. Fortizo makes you carry the realm out. And so why one person is seeing something for 1 year or for 2 years and is preparing, another person doesn't need to see it. He is the answer. Anywhere he comes with authority. Listen to Daniel's life. Once upon a time, the king called Daniel and said, I had a dream. If you can tell me the dream, I will believe your interpretation. Because he came to realize that his astrologers were liars. So before you give me any fake interpretation, tell me the dream first. So they needed apocalypse at that level. And Daniel said, there's a God that reveals secret. Give us time. As Daniel went to pray, access was granted him. But a point came, Daniel grew. The next time the other king called him, he didn't need to pray anymore. Now he is the realm. He doesn't enter the realm, he is the realm. He is the realm. And when Daniel showed up, he said, oh king, God exalted you and gave you a kingdom that covered the ends of the earth, but you decided to worship the God of iron, of stone, and of clay. See, when you have become the realm, even the way you talk change. Because when you speak, things happen. You don't need to prepare for 4 years to collide with that issue. If that issue sees you coming, it will move for its own good. He said, you have decided to worship the God of stone, of clay, and of iron. He says, for this reason that this hand is come. Mene, mene. Whenever I remember this scripture, something is quickened in my spirit. There was nobody who could read that handwriting, because that was the first time the mystery of tongues came into the earth realm. That's why Paul called it the language of angels. Nobody knew anything about tongues before that time. And a mortal man showed up and was reading the handwriting of angels. Mene, mene, teke, ofasi. He didn't just read it. He now began to interpret it. So you know the language of angels. The question now is, where does Daniel live? Does he live on earth or he lives in heaven? How did he come to know angelic language so much? And he did not just interpret it, he executed the judgment. He said, tonight, my God, it's called fortizo, when a man carries light. Now, if you don't carry light, you cannot exercise the will of God. Because the Bible said in Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1, it said, darkness shall cover the earth. It said, gross darkness, the people. Gross darkness. That business you are going into, there is darkness there, and there is gross darkness on the people. So you can't just come there and say, I'm a Christian. No, you must come with light. Because he said the light shines in the darkness. The darkness comprehended it not. Even Jesus, the Son of God, was on earth for 30 days, no impact. Kingdom doesn't move because you are present. Kingdom moves because you have light that comes with authority. After light came to him in Matthew 4:15, he said, the land of Zebulun, the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. He said, the people that sat in darkness, they have seen a great light. That means all his work in Zebulun for 30 years had no impact on the territory until light came. And Paul says, the way this light is activated is by prayers. You see, I pray for you that the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of him will come. The eyes of your understanding being enlightened. Somebody is going back to the economic world with light. Somebody is going back to government with light. Because that light will do two things to you. The things the devil wants to shroud away from you so that you don't prosper, you will know it. Because the Bible said that the reason God created mysteries is for our glory.